Pape Aliou du Sénégal. Commissaire technique Anne-Marie Safaïsou du Cameroun. Mesdames et messieurs, je vais vous demander de bien vouloir vous lever pour l'exécution des différents hymnes. Nous allons nous placer en face de l'état du drapeau. Bien sûr, commençons par l'hymne de la Guinée équatoriale. Merci beaucoup. Mesdames et messieurs, l'hymne de la Guinée.
Sogo Obiang as well was in that, and here's your starting 5 for Guinea. Just moments away from the tip-off here in Cameroon. Final day of this qualification window. Some good basketball in the first 2 days, but it's all been leading up to this day, really. Today's the day when we've probably got the most competitive basketball in front of us. As Guinea take to the floor first. They're 5 out early. Has been a team effort offensively for Guinea so far. No player in double digits, several players scoring quite high. Dauda Condé is on 9.5 points per game for them. Ousmane Dramé is on 8.5 points. As for Equatorial Guinea, they've lent heavily on Walter Cabral, 15.5 points, and Kingsley Obikwesam, he's on 17 points per game. So we're underway here. Final game day of the first qualification window in Group C for AfroBasket 2021. Guinea versus Equatorial Guinea in what's set to be a very, very close game, we feel. Guinea dropping into a zone straight away. Shot goes up and is banked in. Nzang gets the first score. It wasn't pretty, but points are points at this stage when you're winless after 2 in the qualifiers. Almost stolen away. Strong move is no good for Dramé. Ball stripped away. Guinea out at the races. An easy basket in transition. That's a good way to start things off. Salim Gassama holds on to possession and just makes sure the finish with the two-handed jam. Once again, Guinea sitting in a bit of a matchup zone right now. Going to require them to rotate well. Obikwesam now, nice fake with the pass. And Dramé bought on the fake, but the shot wasn't on target. Jumper's too heavy, rebounding battle is ultimately going to be won by Guinea. Comes back out into the hands of Sacco. Oh, and he drains the 3. And as I say, Guinea are going to take a different mantle in this game than they have in the first 2 days. Underdogs and trying to chase the game for the first 2 days. They now need to be the powerhouse. They need to take control of the tempo. Nice ball movement here. Shot is short from Ngomo Mifumu. Remain in possession of Equatorial Guinea, though, on the baseline. Yeah, as we see Sacco try and hold on to it, but falls out of bounds with it. Ball's passed back out. Shot is in and out. At the moment, Equatorial Guinea taking mid-range jumpers primarily. They're not falling for them at the moment. Just one score to their name. Keita drains the tough mid-range jumper, sorry. Basogo Obiang now running the point for Equatorial Guinea. And Zhang skips it. Good defense so far from Guinea. They've locked out the paint and they've made Equatorial Guinea take tough shots. Ikaka Malabo there missing the shot this time. Dramé feeds it to Sacco. Not this time for Sacco. And foul, I think, is going to get called on Gassama. I think he just pulled Sogo Obiang back as he went for the rebound. The other way round. No, it is that way round. 7-3 lead. Just under 3 minutes played here in the first quarter. It's back out. Maban drains the short elbow two. And that's going to be the key, it looks like. Guinea are locking down the paint. Maybe they see that as the threat. They're locking out the paint. They're saying to Equatorial Guinea, if you're going to beat us, it's going to be from range. And that's going to be the challenge, that's for sure. Good quick hands there by Obikwe Sam. He gets into the passing lane and just knocks it away. Mansouré now comes back, passes it out. Shot is no good for Gassama. Kakamalabo now. Good quick ball movement by Equatorial Guinea. The three is open. Obikwe Sam nails the three. That's a big shot. Gives Equatorial Guinea the lead. Dramé, oh, he quickly cancels it out with a three of his own. And that's the versatility of Ousmane Dramé. Stands 2'4" and has a soft touch, can step out and hit the three. Doesn't take them that often, but when he does, pretty effective. Obikwe Sam for three, off the front of the iron and away. Keita with the rebound for Guinea. Mansouré now at the top, fakes the three, good quick ball movement, open for Dramé for another three. Back-to-back triples for Ousmane Dramé. And Guinea find themselves with a 5-point lead now at almost the halfway stage of this first quarter. Mabaziang. Almost a backcourt violation. It is a backcourt violation. Great defensive hustle there from Kakamalabo, forcing Dramé to step back over the half court. Helped out by Barniziang. Barniziang playing some good defense there. That's going to be key for Equatorial Guinea. Oh, nice fake, goes strong. Needs to convert that though, Ngomo Mifumo. Oh, and you could see in the eyes of Salim Gassama, he'd already decided what he was going to do with the ball before he'd even caught it. It's always going to lead to turnovers. Yeah, he was thinking about throwing the ball down, and you can see the frustration from Coach Dumas. Good ball movement here by Equatorial Guinea, trying to break this zone. Nice pass inside, strong move, no good again. And you have to give some credit to Equatorial Guinea. They're working the zone defense that's being placed against them hard. They're just not finishing the easy shots that they're getting. You can see Coach Perrin there on the sideline, trying to get some finer details into what they're doing, but they're getting the shots, they're just not finishing them. It's that final execution letting them down at the moment. Oh, knocked away, good hands. Oh, and Basogo Obiang not able to get the score. Oh, big shot. Mansouré with the big jumper. Scored 17 against Côte d'Ivoire in game day one. Cedric Mansouré, nice drive to the basket and one. Strong play. Kingsley Obikwe Sam. He just had a big weekend. 19 points against Côte d'Ivoire yesterday. 15 points against Cameroon on the first game day. Really has been one of the highlight players, shooting 46% from the perimeter as well. Obikwe Sam. As we see Ousmane Dramé head to the bench. And Condé come in. Hits the bonus shot as well. Brings Equatorial Guinea back within 5. They're going to need to pick up their perimeter defense right now. Good strong move to the basket by Sheikh Condé, but no good this time. Sogo Obiang passes it across to Obikwe Sam. Good quick ball movement again. Obikwe Sam for 3. Oh, off target this time. The putback's no good as Sheikh Condé comes down with the rebound. Monserrat slows it down though and feeds it back to the top for Sankon. Alda Condé, no good, but the putback is going to be good from Sheikh Condé. Coming in off the back of a good game yesterday, 12 points, 5 rebounds against Cameroon. One of the players in this Guinea team that has experienced AfroBasket action before. You'll want to get back to, that's for sure. Wonderful pass inside, and the finish is good this time. Goma Mifumu. The score, and that's going to be the key. Equatorial Guinea are getting those opportunities inside. They haven't been able to finish them so far, and they're going to need to be in this game. The shot is short. Condé picks up the rebound and gets it back in. Alda Condé is going to be instrumental in this game for Guinea. Cabral looks to pass it baseline. A little bit of a lazy pass, couldn't be picked up. Oh, but it's going to be thrown away by Salam Gassama for Guinea. Let's have a look. Oh, he just loses his footing. I think the defender running across him kind of put him off and he lost track of his feet. 7-point lead for Guinea then, under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Oh, wonderful shot from the wing. Monserrat now feeds it to Sankon. Sankon to Condé. Condé for the mid-range too. Very flat on the shot. You could see he wasn't comfortable taking that. Sogo Obiang pushes the ball forward. Back to the top to Goma Mifumu, and he hits the big shot. What a finish to this first quarter for Equatorial Guinea. They forced Coach Dumas into a timeout as they've reduced Guinea's lead now to just 1 point. We're going to jump into the timeout, listening to these huddles. Always good. Even if you don't speak the native language, you get a feeling for exactly what's being talked about. We're going to take as much advantage as we can and get into some of these huddles.
Les gars, c'est la défense d'abord. Hein. C'est la défense d'abord, les gars. Allez, gros, allez. On défend.
As you'd expect, a reasonably calm timeout at this stage of the game, but Guinea will be fully aware of the power that Equatorial Guinea have. They may have only 8 players, but my goodness me, they play with a huge amount of heart across the 2 days and this final day today. Coach Palin has got them working hard as a unit, and they're within 1 again, just over a minute to play in the first quarter here. Yaoundé in Cameroon. Oh, and it just opens up for him. No real option there for Obikwe Sam. He had to foul Sheikh Condé as he came down the lane. The defensive siege just parted for Sheikh Condé. His first free throws of these qualifiers. Didn't get to the free throw line in the first 2 games. It's the first of his 2. Part of the and the second, he was part of the AfroBasket Guinea roster for 2017 as well, when Guinea finished 16th in that tournament. Van Zhang now. Feeds it to Sogo Obiang, but no good. Comes back out to corner three. That wing three seems to be going the way, and Obikwe Sam celebrates. Points to triple digits to the ceiling. Condé is causing them problems taking that position at the top. Straightforward way to break a 2-3 zone is sticking a player on the free throw line, getting him to find the gaps, the holes, and that's exactly what Sheikh Condé is doing. Skip pass, Monserrat now in the corner, going up against Sogo Obiang. Goes outside now, jumper no good. Tapped away by Daouda Condé, so it's going to be an Equatorial Guinea ball. Obikwe Sam now at the top with the ball, passes it off. Nice pass, Cabral. Oh, he uses the glass to perfection to finish off the quarter. And what a way to finish the quarter for Equatorial Guinea. A wonderful first quarter for them. Got Guinea onto the back foot after 10 minutes in Yaoundé in Cameroon. End of the first quarter, Guinea 22, Equatorial Guinea 25. Here are shooting percentages from that first quarter. Both teams shooting really well from outside. And that could be a key to today's game. They're both sitting in zones. One with a matchup, one with a straightforward 2-3. That's going to give up perimeter shots, which has been shown in this first quarter. And any neutrals in the crowd will be enjoying that. I'm sure she's definitely visiting FIBA.basketball to get up to date on all the latest AfroBasket news. Coach Pauan now with his team, trying to get some changes in place. Like I say, he'll be relatively happy with his team's performance in the first quarter. Guinea looked to be in control of the game, but then Equatorial Guinea took a hold of things towards the back end. They now have their biggest lead of the game, 3 points. Cabral scored at the end of that quarter for 6 points, but leading things is Obikwe Sam. Our next qualifiers are in November, 26th to 30th for AfroBasket 2021. Finer details of the actual schedule to be confirmed closer to the date. But one thing's for sure, there'll be plenty more great games and some real battles on the hardwood here in Africa. Obikwe Sam now hands it off to Gomo Mifumu. Quick ball movement again from Equatorial Guinea, and this is great to see. They know that's the way to break down the zone defense. Into the corner. Oh, ugly shot off the side of the backboard this time. Almost lose control, and they do lose control. It falls out of bounds. Who's it off? I think it's Obikwe Sam that's going to get adjudged to have knocked that one out of bounds, so it will remain in the possession of Guinea. Plenty of instructions from the sidelines from both coaching staffs throughout this game so far. Oh, wonderful play, Mabasogo Obiang. With the score as he floats to the basket. Uncontested though. I'm sure Equatorial, sorry, in fact it was Keita. I'm sure Equatorial Guinea will want to pick up their defensive effort going forward. It's going to be a travelling violation called against Mba Nziang. Just lost his way a little bit as he got into the paint. Oh, nice pass inside. Keita holds on to it, comes outside to Gassama. He's short with his attempt. Rebound falls into the hands of Banazang. Banazang now drives inside, looks to find the pass to Ngomo Mifumu, but it's slightly too hot to handle for him. And quickly Guinea accelerate it up the other end of the floor. Pass inside is quickly read by Equatorial Guinea. And Basogo Obiang goes up, gets the score. We'll go to the line for the and one play. And look how much it means to him. Wonderful play. He'll go to the line for the bonus. He's not had a great weekend from the free throw line. He's only shot 63%. Big game yesterday though, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists in that tough loss to Côte d'Ivoire. Shot goes up from Fofana. That's no good, and Equatorial Guinea will bring it down, and they feel like the more confident team at the moment, and Fofana needs to be careful. That could be an unsportsmanlike foul. Very little play at the ball. Let's have a look at the replay. Just gets crossed over and puts his arm almost around the throat of Basogo Obiang. Fofana's going to head to the bench. Equatorial Guinea looking in more control of this game at the moment. They lead by 3. Couple of pump fakes. Got his player in the air, but didn't connect. Basogo Obiang. Gassama. Oh, hits the 3, and that's perfect timing for Guinea. They were stuttering offensively. He'll be hoping that that sparks the offense to life for them. He's up to 8 points now. 6 of those coming from downtown. Bikwe Sam now looks to feed the roller. Pass is going to have to come back out to Obiang Maye. He feeds the low post as well. Pushing foul is going to be called. Bit of a get out of jail free for Ngomo Mifumu. Coach Dumas working hard on the sidelines with his team. I think that one's going to be called on Mohamed Keita. We're all tied here. A little over 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. 27 to Guinea, 27 to Equatorial Guinea. Bikwe Sam is way short. The outlet pass is going to be difficult though to hold on to. It's only thrown away. And now Equatorial Guinea have a 3-on-2 break. It's like a training session. Oh, but it's not finished. Criminal not to go strong to the basket when you have the advantage, when you have the advantage in numbers. Monserrat hits the 3, and Guinea continue to make Equatorial Guinea pay from downtown. Monserrat now 6 points, both of those buckets coming from outside. Ngomo Mifumu hands it off to Obiang Maye, and again Equatorial Guinea show some real patience offensively. Shot clock expires though, and they don't get the shot away, and patience is a wonderful thing. You need to be aware and have some urgency to what you're doing offensively. And momentum and control of the game once again swings away from Equatorial Guinea into the hands of Guinea, and Pelan there knows that and will be wanting to wrestle it back again. Monserrat nails another 3. A missed assignment from Equatorial Guinea, fully punished by Cedric Monserrat. 9 points to his name now, 100% from the field. Stolen away. Sacco drives strong to the basket. Left hand off the glass for two. Timeout is going to be called by Coach Pella. He needs to stop the flow of points for Guinea. They lead by 6 now. A little over 5.5 minutes to play in this first half. Coach Michel Pella on the other bench will want to talk it over. We'll head into his huddle and listen to what he has to say.
Que no tire el 10. Los demás, culpa mía. Y en ataque vamos a pasarnos el balón. Botamos 15 segundos y aleluya. Pasámonos el balón, movemos la defensa y acabamos con bloqueo directo con Sebas, con King. Chicos, lo que nos ha hecho jugar bien lo hacemos al revés ahora. Cabeza y compartir balón, nada más. Rebote y a correr. Salva, no hay nada mano a mano con el grande. No quiero un 1 por 1 desde 10 metros. Que lo haga ellos.
You can see the coach Pella has the passion. Really working his team hard early here in his timeout. But he knows how important this game is. And it's not just winning or losing, remember, the head-to-head record could come into play here. So obviously you want your team to win. But if they are going to lose, it's got to be by a narrow margin. Abikwe Sam now. Comes back out to Sogo Obiang. He's looking to find a way, but the Guinea defense is really ramped up a few gears. It's going to remain with Equatorial Guinea. Seen it coming off the back of the hand. Drame there, I think. It's going to be Equatorial Guinea ball on the baseline, though. Shot goes up and goes in. Strong play with the shot clock expiring. And Abikwe Sam, real heads-up play from him, reduces the Guinea lead to just 6 points now. Condé, no joy this time. Ngoma Mifumu, too heavy with the jumper, and it was just the Guinea defense that was stopping that. Another wonderful outlook. Quick transition play as Salim Gassama uses the jets. Gets out in the open floor and draws the foul. And you feel at the moment that Guinea are poised. They're almost in that attack position, ready to take control of this game. For Equatorial Guinea, this is a crucial, just over 4.5 minutes before the halftime break. They need to make sure that while Guinea are in the ascendancy, they don't get away. It doesn't get out of control for them. Remember, for these players, this is 3 games in 3 days, though. Fatigue is no doubt setting in, particularly for Equatorial Guinea. Due to complications, they only have 8 players registered for these 3 games. It's been a long weekend for them. Oh, nice play! Strong move. Abikwe Sam again with the big play. He's up to 13 points personal now. Almost half the points for Equatorial Guinea scored by Abikwe Sam. Nice pass inside. 3-second violation is going to be called on Sheikh Condé, though. It was a good move by Sacco, just maybe a second or two too late, as we see Yassama come out of the game. Sogo Obiang. Itoga playing that high post position. That's critical when you're playing up against the types of defenses they're rolling out here. Monserrat now feeds the low post. Drumme. Drumme again. Going to go to work. Has to hand it off. Does so to Sacco. Into the corner to Conde. No joy with that, but a good rebound by Drumme. And Guinea will go again. Sacco. Great ball movement here, but the Equatorial Guinea defense is holding firm. They're basically saying, we'll give you some outside shots, but we're not going to give you anything easy in the paint. You're going to be double teamed as soon as you get into the green. Shot goes up. Is it going to be counted? I think it's going to be waved away. I think the foul's going to be on the floor. Sogo Obiang with the strong move. It's going to be waved away, I think. Let's have a look. There's the crossover. Foul called there. It's going to be sideline ball for Equatorial Guinea. Foul called on the floor. What can Equatorial Guinea do? They seem to be pretty good at fighting their way back into games, that's for sure. They certainly have had an interesting weekend. It's one they won't forget in a long while. They ran Côte d'Ivoire close. Just faded towards the back end of the game yesterday. But this is their big game of the weekend today. Probably the closest game of the weekend as well with regards to form and expectations. Ball goes into the high post to Drumme, and he throws it away. He was trying to feed the big man in the low post, Mohamed. Keita not quite able to hold on to it, trying to explain it to his teammate where he wanted it, but a timeout's been called as we're just over 2.5 minutes away from the halftime break. Always a critical phase of any game, particularly when it's close like we have here. Guinea 35, Equatorial Guinea 31. Let's see if we can get into the huddles and listen to these coaching teams go to work.
En ataque muy sencillo, Walter. Fran, sales. Walter, que abres. Quiero que mis dos pivots estén al lado contrario. Walter, un cuarto de campo para irte a canasta. Cuando penetro, caemos para acompañar el poste arriba. ¿Vale? Tú estás en el poste bajo. ¿Vale, Salva? Estamos bien, chicos. La zona es así. Es peculiar. Pero nos pasamos el 10 de uno en otro. ¿Te has ajustado?
Coach Perrin trying to get every last ounce of effort and ability out of his players, knowing that a win today would be huge for their chances of making it to their first ever AfroBaskets. Sogo Obiang now being harassed by Sankon on the perimeter. Sankon not letting go, but playing a little bit too much defense with his hands rather than his footwork. Foul's been called. That's going to send Sogo Obiang to the free throw line as well. As we see Ngomo Mifumu head to the bench. And this is going to be a key part of things for Coach Perrin. is his rotations. With only 8 players, he needs to make sure that he's keeping some of the star players as fresh as he possibly can for the most important phase of the game. Although, to be fair, in a game like this, all 40 minutes are pretty important, as it's going to be a close one. Equatorial Guinea back within 2 again. Sacco for 3. Too much weight on that one. And it clangs away. Down now into the low post. Oh, wonderful pass inside, and the finish is good for Cabral. And that is a great pass from Bansogo Obiang. Look at that, whips it inside, and Cabral just finishes it. Sacco called for the foul. Cabral will go to the line for the bonus shot, and once again a chance for Equatorial Guinea to take the lead. Can't hit the bonus shot. Leaves the game tied at 35 apiece. Just over a minute and a half to play here in the second quarter. Oh, and the pass is too heavy-handed from Keita to Sila. So it's going to be an Equatorial Guinea ball on the sideline. Abikwe Sam now kicks it out. Drive to the basket, gets tied up. Cabral is fouled though. Didn't get anyone to step in front of him. Playing defense from the side is going to be difficult. That's going to send Cabral back to the line. Yeah, it's just a late rotation on the defensive side. Someone not stepping across quickly enough. And the first is good. And the second. And Equatorial Guinea take a 2-point lead with 1 minute 15 left to play here in the first half. What can they do? In a little over a minute's time. It's been an intriguing first half, to say the least. Gassama looks to feed it inside. Is it going to be stolen away? It looks like it is. Good hustle on the floor from Banazang. Banazang now slows it down to Cabral. Nice pass. What are they going to do? Little fadeaway jumper is off track from Kokomitogo. Foul's going to be called on Banazang. First foul for him. Equatorial Guinea not in the penalty situation, so if anything, it's a smart foul. It's going to make Guinea have to play half-court offense. Sila inbounds it, gets it straight back. Conde now looking to feed the post, nothing there. Sila open for 3. Slightly shallow trajectory on the jumper. Was going to make it difficult as it crept over the front of the ring. Cabral hands it back now to Asogo Obiang. Matoga were there with the big screen. Asogo Obiang just throws it out of bounds. You see his frustration. I think he's probably aiming it maybe at the officials. He should be more at himself, though. He kind of ran down the dead-end alley. 14 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Equatorial Guinea here in the first half. What can they do? Monserrat now. He's had a hot hand in the first half. They're surely going to guard him out of the game. He's going to get the shot away, though. He's going to come up short, and that's going to be the end of the first half here in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Game day 3, Group C, AfroBasket 2021 qualifiers. And Equatorial Guinea will be the happier of the two sides at the half-time break. Guinea 35, Equatorial Guinea 37. 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go in what will no doubt be a crucial game in the qualification for AfroBasket 2021. There are your shooting stats from that first half. Not bad shooting from outside from both teams, performing well. Some of their attempts inside maybe have not had the finesse that they required. Guinea really winning the rebounding battle at the moment. But as you would expect, pretty close statistics across the board. Abikwe Sam and Cabral, the only two players in double digits, both for Equatorial Guinea, 13 and 10 respectively. Montserrat leading things for Guinea with 9 points personal. We're going to look at some of the highlights from that first half, but it's been close throughout the game. First quarter was a bit of a high-scoring affair. Both teams starting off in zone defenses, giving up perimeter shots. And both Equatorial Guinea and Guinea made them pay. They had hot hands from outside in that first quarter. Equatorial Guinea ended the first quarter leading by 3, 25-22. Things certainly slowed down in that second quarter as the defensive intensity from both teams stepped up. They were chasing shooters from the outside. They were doubling down in the low post to help out. Guinea won the second quarter 13-12. That's what leaves us with the 2-point lead for Equatorial Guinea at the halfway point of this one. Remember, this is game day 3. These teams have already played 2 games in 2 days. This is the third game in the third day for them. Both teams enter without any wins to their name. They've both lost to Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon in the last 2 days, which puts even more pressure on today's game, even more importance on today's game. The winner will finish qualification window 1 sitting in third place. And remember, third place is critical. Top 3 teams in this group will advance to AfroBasket 2021. The 4th team will head home licking their wounds. So big game here today. For Equatorial Guinea, they have 2 players in double digits. Cabral has 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal to his name. Abikwe Sam has 13 points, 3 rebounds to his name. Outside of that, Banazang has 5 points. Sogo Obiang has 4 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And Ngoma Mifumu has 5 points as well. As for Guinea, well, they've spread their scoring a little bit more. No player in double digits. Montserrat has 9 points, all of them coming from the outside, as well as 2 rebounds and 2 assists to his name as well. Just behind him is Drame, 6 points, also all from outside, but what a job he's done on the glass. 8 rebounds in a little over 15 minutes of play for him. And then on 5 points is William Sacco, as is Salim Gassama. He has 5 points as well. Interesting game we've got here. As expected, exceptionally close game at the halfway stage. Just a 2-point lead for Equatorial Guinea. You'd probably say they entered the game as slight underdogs, but having seen their battling spirit, the hustle and heart they've shown in game day 1 and 2 here in Yaoundé in Cameroon, you wouldn't really bet against them in this final game. They've shown so much spirit, and Coach Perrin has really worked them hard. They've done a great job in the first 2 game days. They're doing an even better job here in game day 3. Remember, this is the first of 3 qualification windows for AfroBasket. Now, this group will only compete in 2 of those qualification windows. The location still to be decided, but the dates will be in the February window. So these teams will get a break in the November window, and then they'll be back in a year's time to fight for their spot at AfroBasket 2021. And today's game could be absolutely massive for both these teams. Win or lose, if you lose the game, you want it as close as possible, because head-to-head could come into play. Remember, Equatorial Guinea have never made it to an AfroBasket competition. They could be history makers with a big game here today. As for Guinea, they've been there 5 times. They finished 16th in the last version of the tournament in Senegal and Tunisia back in 2017. Never won a medal. How they'd love to change that. So much at stake for both of these teams. As we watch some of the highlights from this first half. And there have been some highlights, primarily from the perimeter, though. Both teams shooting really, really well. But as I say, so much to play for in the second half. You have a feeling Coach Paya and Coach Dumas will be doing a huge amount of work in the locker rooms during this halftime break as they try to get things sorted. Correct any of the finer details that they've seen. And you'd imagine Coach Dumas has a bigger job to do. His team entered the game as favourites. They trail by 2 points at the halfway stage. Equatorial Guinea only have 8 players. It's going to be an intriguing, interesting and entertaining second half ahead of us here in Yaoundé in Cameroon. As we have the final game day of the first qualification window. Game 1 of 2, obviously Côte d'Ivoire against Cameroon will finish things off here after this game. Before they pack things up, and then they're back next year. Second half action to come shortly. Remember, the winner of this game really will have a big step forward, but at the half time here in Cameroon, Guinea 35, Equatorial Guinea 37. We'll be back for all the second half action shortly. Welcome back to Yaoundé in Cameroon for this Group C AfroBasket Qualifier versus Guinea versus Equatorial Guinea. Game day 3. These teams have had a tough weekend, that's for sure. 3 games in 3 days. Both these teams have faced Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon in the past 2 days, but the big game for both of them as they enter today without a win has to be today's game, as they look to fight to be one of the top 3 teams in this 4-team group. And if they can, my goodness me, the prize is big, a trip to AfroBasket 2021. Exciting first half we've had. First quarter was a high-scoring affair. Tons of big shots from way downtown. Things tightened up in that second quarter, mainly as both teams decided to actually play some perimeter defense, chasing shooters off the line and locking out the paint. That led to a much lower scoring second quarter. But Coach Michel Perrin will be exceptionally happy at the half-time break. His team lead by 2. They entered the game as underdogs. They enter the game with only 8 players available. And with that in mind, a win would be huge for them today. They've not been to an AfroBasket before, and history could be made. A win today is a big step forward, because you have to bear in mind, if they win today, it's likely to be, as long as they win in the reverse of this fixture next February, and they would be heading to their first ever AfroBasket. Same can be said for Guinea, though. They've been to 5 AfroBaskets before, but if they win today, it's likely a win in the reverse of this fixture next Feb would get them a place at AfroBasket next year. A real big game. A half-time break. It's only a 2-point lead for Equatorial Guinea. And as I said, they've only got 8 players, so you imagine as we get further and further into the game, fatigue might set in. Abikwe Sam has been the main man for them. 13 points to his name. Shot the ball well from outside. That said, he's been the main man all weekend. He had 19 points against Côte d'Ivoire, 15 against Cameroon. We're just a couple of minutes away now from the start of the second half. Yaoundé in Cameroon has been treated to some big games this weekend. Yeah, some wonderful games this weekend. Monserrat has been the big player for Guinea. 9 points, all of them coming from outside. Up until that final shot of the first half, he was 100% from range. But Monserrat's had a good weekend as well. Game day 1 against Côte d'Ivoire. He had a 17.6 rebound game, but he knows AfroBasket. He really does. He had over 8 points and 4 rebounds back in 2017 when Guinea finished 16th in that tournament. Final preparations now from both Coach Dumas for Guinea and Coach Perrin for Equatorial Guinea. Like I say, this is game 5 of 6 here this weekend that the arena will have hosted. Group C action will be finished off later today here as Cameroon take on Côte d'Ivoire. Those two teams obviously unbeaten going into that game. So that one will decide who finishes this qualification window top of the group and who finishes second, whilst our game here will decide who finishes third and who props up the table in 4th. Coach Perrin there will know that he'll want his team not to be at the bottom of the table, and it would be a big win for them to come away with here today. So here we go. Gassama hands it in to Sacco to get things underway. Second half action here of Guinea versus Equatorial Guinea. Game day 3, Group C, AfroBasket 2021 qualifier. A straight away, strong move by Dauda Conde. Not good for Guinea though to open things. Big Sam now. Main offensive threat for Equatorial Guinea in all 3 games. Cabral, easy 2 for him. And the Guinea defense just gave up on that one. They played well for 15 seconds of that shot clock before things fell apart. And once again, Equatorial Guinea now drop back into a 2-3 zone. Conde looking to use his body strength to get inside. He's going to have to put up a tough right hand. But he gets the roll on the iron. Dauda Conde. Cabral. Looking to back down William Sacco now. Back out to Obikwe Sam. To Cabral. Wide open for a mid-range 2. Doesn't get the roll though. Sometimes short of the range makes it a bit more difficult. Can't get your full extension on your shot. Monserrat now feeds the low post for Guinea. And looking to go to work in the paint, and the hook shot is good. That's a worrying start as Sheikh Conde gets the 2. Equatorial Guinea struggling to defend the paint. They did a good job of that in the first half, and things are all tied now. 39 apiece for these 2. Good move to the basket, and Gomo Mifumu saying whatever you guys can do, I can do as well. It's become a battle of the big men right now. Shot goes up from outside, that's not on target, and Gomo Mifumu manages to keep it in bounds as he falls to the hardwood. Cabral way off track for the 3. Neither team found form from outside so far in the first just over 2 minutes of this second half. Gassama, long 2, another air ball. And you're going to have a combination now of potentially nerves and fatigue kicking in for both these teams. Obikwe Sam, too heavy-handed, and the back of the iron spits that one away. Inside to Conde, double team down low. The big man goes up strong and gets the score. That is a big, big play. Dauda Conde gets double team, almost has it stolen away, but does not give up on the play. Not sure who the foul's going to be called on. I think it's Banazang. The score is good, and he hits the bonus as well. So Guinea have retaken the lead with under 3 minutes played here in the second half. Oh, it's dropped straight away, and once again, Guinea out of the races. Monserrat has it stolen away, though. Cabral feeds it away, and the score is good. Wonderful play, wonderful defense. Leads to transition offense. There's the steal. Sogo Obiang gets the roll. Felt like a lifetime for him watching the ball roll around the ring, but it eventually drops in. Equatorial Guinea retake their lead. And with that free throw, he extends that lead to 2 points now. Conde gonna go to work again. Pushes his way strong to the basket. That's come off, I think, Sheikh Conde, so it's going to be an Equatorial Guinea ball on the baseline. Guinea looking to apply some pressure, which is quickly broken by Equatorial Guinea. Oh, easy pass for the two-handed flush. Obikwe Sam has not scored an easier bucket this weekend. It's a wonderful pass, though, from Ngoma Mifumu. Knocked away, and Equatorial Guinea, once again, are taking control of this game. Cabral now. Oh, quick hands by the big man, Conde. He's running it out, coast to coast, puts up a tough shot. Really could have done with slowing things down. Well saved by Equatorial Guinea, though. They come back with it. Shot's no good, but Cabral will tip it in. And their biggest lead of the game is now 6 points. Under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Coach Dumas wants to talk it over with his team, and you can't blame him. Can't let this one get out of hand, as Equatorial Guinea are in the driving seat here at the moment. Let's jump into these huddles. Let's hear what the coaches have to say.
Cuando el pivot recibe balón, quiero que mis esquinas y finta y volver, no es 1 contra 1. Prefiero un tiro de 3 del chaval ese delgadito que en 1 por 1 solo. ¿Vale? Ayudamos y volvemos. Y si hay que saltar, a veces saltamos. Pero saltamos 2, no los 2 a la 1, no los 2 a la vez. En ataque.
René, Chek, Cédric, Sako et toi. Et recommencez à jouer au basket. Tu vas prendre le meneur, recommencez à jouer au basket, partez pas en vrille. Tout le monde part en vrille là, les uns derrière les autres.
Commencez avec des stops, les gars.
Allez.
Pas fini, Konaki. Oh,
Coach Pellan there for Guinea, just making sure he's getting his message across. Seems to be missing a little bit at the moment. Equatorial Guinea with their biggest lead of the game, 6 points, under 6 minutes to play. A scramble ensues. Sheikh Conde comes away with the ball, though. Just an issue with the timing at the moment. They're just getting that resurrected. Get it sorted. That'll be a sideline possession. Coach Dumas there. And a thoughtful pose. Into the corner, shot goes up. Looks like it's going to be short. Seemed to pull at that one a little bit. Equatorial Guinea out at the races. Comes off the foot, though, of Abikwe Sam. You can't really criticize him too much on 15 points. 5 rebounds in the game. Another big day for him. One of the real highlight players this weekend in this Group C action here. Monserrat now feeds it to the wing. Shot goes up. Once again, the shot is short from Keita, but the basket is good. On the offensive board, and Goma Mifumu with the foul as Usman Drome will head to the line for the and-1 play. That's a strong rebound, just sheer upper body strength securing that one. And in a blink of an eye, Equatorial Guinea's lead is down to just 1 point now. And that's how this game has gone, really. No team has been able to take control of the game for a prolonged period of time. Abikwe Sam trying to shake his way to the basket, takes a really tough shot. But as he puts his hands to the sky, he knows he's feeling it this weekend. Going to carry his team as much as he can for what would be a monumental win here. Monserrat now passes it to the corner. Oh, that's a strong drive. The finish isn't there for Mamadi Keita, though. And the foul's going to be called on Keita. Second foul of the quarter for Guinea. Neither team really picking up too many fouls here in this third quarter. Just under 4 minutes to play. in what once again has been hotly contested third quarter. Scoring levels picked up somewhat though. We had a bit of a dry run in that second quarter, just 25 points scored combined for the two teams in that second quarter. Cabral for three. He's short. Rame picks down the rebound for Guinea. And you just feel the game is poised for one of these teams to go on a bit of a run, maybe open things up a little bit. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Guinea or is it going to be Equatorial Guinea? Sacco feeds Rame. He puts up the air ball. Passed back inside, and there's a real reason never to give up on the play. Sacco receives the ball back in. Bit of a desperation pass to keep it in bounds, but he gets the score and brings Guinea back to within 1 point again. Just under 3 minutes to play now. Oh, and there's the play. That's what I'm talking about. Basogo Obiang drives to the basket, draws huge amounts of contact, but keeps the concentration. Much to the appreciation of Coach Dumas there on the Equatorial Guinea bench. What a play. And every bucket is huge for both these teams now. Mohamed Keita comes into the game for Guinea. And the free throw is no good for Basogo Obiang. Three goes up. Oh, count it. That's a big shot by Mamadi Keita. They left him wide open. Didn't give him respect from the three-point line, and he's made them pay. Shot clock down to 3. Oh! Basogo Obiang quickly cancels out the Guinea 3. Gives Equatorial Guinea a 3-point lead. Drame gets the roll and gets the bucket. Pace of the game is picking up. Usman Drame with the steal. Stolen back though, Abikwe Sam. As we enter the final 2 minutes of what has become a frenetic paced third quarter. Pass comes back to Cabral. Lane opens up for him. Awkward looking shot, but he got his angles perfect. Equatorial Guinea's lead once again at 3 points, and it really is nip and tuck here. Nyeundi, they've got to respect Keita for 3. He hit the last one. The defense doesn't chase out for Equatorial Guinea. Fatigue kicking in. You can see some heavy legs on the floor. Particularly Basogo Obiang here with the ball. Feeds the low post. Strong move. Cabral is fouled. Good little pick and roll motion there for Equatorial Guinea. Not the pass. Goes up strong. Draws the foul from Drame. We'll head to the line for 2 shots. Timeout's been called with a little over a minute to play here in the third quarter. Equatorial Guinea lead by 3 points in what is, well, it can't be undergraded, this one. This is a massive game for both these teams. You know, we'll only be able to see how big the game is when we get to the end of the qualification, but you have a feeling it could be a make or breaker for both these teams. We're going to jump into the huddles, see what we can hear from some of the coaches as we enter a crucial phase of the game.
Encouragez les gars, ça de vous aussi.
Players making it back onto the floor, and you can see plenty of passion from both coaches in those timeout huddles, but very controlled. They know now is not the time to throw that big one last ditch speech to get their players into their reserve energy sources, although you can see the fatigue almost physically on some of these players. They're starting to look a little bit tired on the floor, and you can't really blame them. 3 games in 3 days, particularly for Equatorial Guinea, as they only have an 8-man rotation. It's a big ask physically. Saka almost has it stolen away. Feet down low, and Keita does have it stolen away. Equatorial Guinea will take possession over. Abikwe Sam now skips it back. Cabral goes to the wing. Oh, there's a big shot. Van Zang. It's a big, big shot. That's his 7th point of the game, along with 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Shot from way downtown, and it's short. Not sure that was a best of decisions from Ousmane Dramé. Abikwe Sam now. Final 10 seconds of this quarter. What can he do with it? Looks to use the screen. Drives inside, floats up the right hand, too heavy. Is that going to be the end of the third? It looks like it is. And an interesting third quarter, once again, going the way of Equatorial Guinea as they finish with what is a pretty impressive 7-point lead after 3 quarters. Coach Dumas there with a wry smile on his face. He knows potentially they are 10 minutes away from a massive, massive win. At the end of 3, Guinea 54, Equatorial Guinea 61. Here are your shooting stats from those first 3 quarters. Both teams still shooting pretty well from outside. Free throw percentage is something left to be desired there, particularly for Guinea, but they haven't been to the line that often. They've really forced the issue. They've spent a lot of their game shooting from the outside, and that's not going to draw the fouls. Equatorial Guinea had a great third quarter, though. They got their offense back on track. They scored twice as many points, in fact, in the third quarter than they did the second, leading that one 24-19 in the third. That's what's opened up this 7-point lead. Some big, big plays, but you do wonder they've only got 8 players due to some administrative issues they've had. So they've only got 8 players, and these 8 players have played 3 games in 3 days. What do they have left in the gas tank? That's the question that I think we're all asking now. Do they have 10 more minutes in them to seal this win? Do they have that much left, or is fatigue going to play a part here today? For Guinea, they have a near full complement. In fact, they do have a full complement of players. But what can they do in this last 10 minutes? Can they overcome that 7-point lead that Equatorial Guinea have over them? It's a big ask. Their offense hasn't exactly been free-flowing. It started well, but petered out in the second quarter and hasn't really got itself flying again. They're going to need not a near perfect, but an exceptionally good final quarter on both ends of the floor to take a huge win here today. So here we go, final quarter action, Group C, game day 3, AfroBasket 2021 qualifiers. Equatorial Guinea lead this one by 7 after 3 quarters. We have a big 10 minutes of international basketball ahead of us, so strap yourselves in. Baseline drive is good, that's a great start. Cabral up to 20 points now, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, having a huge night alongside Abikwe Sam. Now into the low post, the jumper, in and out. Monserrat sneaks in on the back door to grab the rebound and is fouled by Obiang Maye. Monserrat will head to the line for 2 shots. Had a good game against Côte d'Ivoire. Struggled against Cameroon yesterday, though, Cédric Monserrat. This is the first of his 2 free throws, the 34-year-old. Plenty of experience. Gets the second to go. Equatorial Guinea now, to a certain degree, may time manage the game slightly. Cabral now hands it off to Banazang. Into the hands of Obiang Maye. Was that a shot? Was it a pass? He's claiming the pass. Into Walter Cabral's hands for the 2. Equatorial Guinea now up to an 8-point lead. Sorry, a 10-point lead. Double-digit lead, almost stolen away by Abikwe Sam. He has had a very, very good game. 3 rebounds short of a double-double at the moment. Gassama doesn't take the 3, drives inside, kicks it back out. Shot's no good. I think it was Cater on the wing. Gassama drives in, good determination, good direction and authority. They need to be a bit more that way, Guinea. They haven't really dictated the game. Comes out to Sheikh Conde. He'll get the roll for 3. That could be a big, big shot by Sheikh Conde. Zhang now brings it up over the half, hands it off to Abikwe Sam. Pass inside, Cabral comes up short. Pass was always going to be difficult to convert as the ball comes off the foot of Zhang, and will be a Guinea ball on the sideline. 7-point lead for Equatorial Guinea, a little under 8 minutes to play. And as I said, how much will fatigue start kicking in on Equatorial Guinea? Every single one of their players on the floor at the moment has played over 27 minutes of this game. Kicked out to the wing. The 3 is no good again. Amadi Keita has struggled with his shooting today. 1 from 7 now. Abikwe Sam drives inside, finds the pass to the weak side. Shot's no good. Where's the rebound going to fall? The fight is on the floor. Can't get it away though, and it's pulled down. It's going to be a jump ball. Not sure which way the direction angle goes, but smiles on the faces as both Ngoma Mifumu and Mohamed Keita hustle hard and battle it out on the hardwood for that one possession. Look at the fight on the floor. And you could see Ngoma Mifumu was not going to let go of that ball. You can take it away from him, but you're going to have to carry him along the way. 7-point lead now, just over 7 minutes to play. And Equatorial Guinea hold on to this. Shot goes up from Conde. No good, rebound. Pulled down by, I think, Cabral. Basogo Obiang now hands it off. Banazang, good ball movement here by Equatorial Guinea. Wonderful pass! And the score from Ngoma Fomo. And that's the key for Equatorial Guinea. They can be patient, they can run some clock and just wait for an offense to present itself to them. And that's exactly what they did there. Their lead is back up to 9 points. Just over 6.5 minutes to play. You can almost feel like they're in touching distance of this huge win. Keita misses another 3. He's not stopping taking them. Shot goes up and almost is good over the backboard. Now that would have made the highlight reel. Mohamed Keita will head to the line instead for 2 shots. Or will it be a sideline possession? Timeout's going to be called by coach Michel Perrin. He wants to talk things over as his team trail by 9. It's unusual for you to call a timeout when it's your free throws. Icing his own shooter almost. But we're going to jump into the huddle, hear what he and potentially Coach Dumas has to say.
sur les pics. Yacouba va prendre la laine avec Sako, Cédric. Trouver des bonnes fixations, trouver des bons intervalles de fixation et attaquer moins le cercle. Allez chercher des layups. Et il reste juste. Ils pénètrent tous, c'est pas le problème. Si tu changes pas, ils pénètrent, ils ont des surcharges. Donc changez. Il reste 7 minutes. Il reste 7 minutes.
Dernier.
On est à 7 points, il reste 7 minutes.
7 minutes. On donne tout, les gars. On donne tout. On donne tout.
Les gars. Tranquille.
Pretty straightforward timeout there for Guinea. No panic yet, and it's rightfully so. It's only a 9-point lead. You've got just under 6.5 minutes to play. It would have been interesting to see what Coach Stéphane Dumas at the other end will have been talking about with his team. As Mohamed Keita goes to the line. It's the first of his 2 attempts. Part of Guinea's World Cup qualification roster. Played in 3 games in that qualification. 12.3 points, 5.3 rebounds in that campaign. A real potential bright spark in the future. Outlet pass is going to be crazy from Equatorial Guinea. You can see the reaction from Coach Dumas. Completely unnecessary, really, from Equatorial Guinea to throw that pass. It's going to give possession on the baseline straight back to Guinea, as it wasn't touched by anyone before it went out of bounds. And it's those kind of mistakes that are absolute heartbreak if you go away and lose a game like this. Pass goes long to Sheikh Conde. Out to Sila for 3, way short, but the rebound pulled down again by Mohamed Keita. He's up to 8 points, 9 rebounds. He's had another good night at the office. 5-point lead now for Equatorial Guinea. Things start getting a little bit more risky when you're within 2 possessions. Abikwe Sam drives to the basket. Traveling violation going to be called. Looked like a jump stop. Interesting to see a replay of that call. Sila now feeds it inside. Oh, and you could see exactly what Mohamed Keita wanted to do. Not this time, though, and Equatorial Guinea will be grateful for the extra possession. Strong move to the basket is no good. Abikwe Sam picks up the loose ball. And Zhang is fouled. Can't get the shot to go, but he will earn himself a trip to the 3-throw line. That one going to be called on Sheikh Conde. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, he just stalled the shot enough to bring the foul in. See how much it means to Coach Dumas there. Hits both the free throws as well. Bana Zhang. A bit of a scrap under the basket is going to see Sheikh Conde now head to the line for free throws. And you see just the hustle that he's putting in then as he goes up against Ngoma Mifumu. It's the first of his 2. Back at the line for another one. Gets the roll on the second as well. Substitution on Sheikh Conde. He'll come out of the game. In comes Ousmane Droume. Just over 5 minutes to play. 5-point lead for Equatorial Guinea. Game day 3 of 3. in this first window of qualification for AfroBasket 2021. Neither of these teams had a win before today. One of them will end up with one. One of them will leave the window without a win to their name. Good defense. Oh, but even better hustle, but the finish is missing for Ngoma Mifumu. And Guinea will come away with it. Shot is good to go, and Guinea are starting to assert themselves on this game. Drume with the 2. Nice drive to the basket. Not going to get the score this time. The defense was big from Drume, Osman Drume. Pass inside. Oh, and one. That's a big, big play again. Osman Drume doing it on both ends of the floor. Just over 4 minutes to play, and the front court of Guinea is starting to dominate proceedings. Timeout has been called as it's just a 1-point ball game now. How quickly things have changed, and Coach Dumas needs to put a halt to things immediately. Let's jump into his huddle. Let's see what he has to say to his Equatorial Guinea team.
Oscar, quiero que pases por delante. Por delante. Estamos en zona 2-3. Estamos por delante. Que no reciba. Y si recibe, falta. Nos quedan faltas para la... En ataque. Quiero mucho más tranquilidad. No hay una esquina. Quiero toque directo con Walter o con Oscar. ¿Vale? Vamos con tranquilidad. Ya quedó claro otra vez. Seguimos jugando.
Passionate timeout there from Coach Stefan Dumas. And this is where we are. We see Drume, Osman Drume, heading to the line with a chance to tie the game up. A little over 4 minutes to play in what I think both teams will consider a must-win game for them. It'll have been the one that they targeted even before we started 3 days ago. Oh, but he misses the bonus. Mansoure comes away with it. Moves it back out. Good quick ball movement. Mansoure for 3. Misses that one, but Drume with another rebound, and they're struggling to stop him at the moment. Better defense from Cabral. But no one at home. Pass inside. Drume's not going to get the shot away. Foul's going to be called on Basogo Obiang as he looks to help down, and the defense in the paint for Equatorial Guinea is looking suspect for the first time this evening. How much is that down to fatigue? Not a bad foul by Basogo Obiang. Drume misses the first of his 2, and he's not a bad player to foul either, the Quinnipiac graduate. For this evening's game, just 20% from the free throw line. It's the second though. Ties the game up. Wow, what a place we are now. It's on the wire. Pass inside, what a pass that is. Basogo Obiang finds Ngoma Mifumu for the 2. And they've taken the lid off the basket at last. Sila way off target, and we've seen some wonderful shooting displays and some pretty average shooting displays, to say the least. And that was a poor shot from Sila. 2-point lead for Equatorial Guinea. It was 7. What can they do? Foul's going to be called on Sila, blocking foul. Just the second foul of the quarter for Guinea though. They're not in any foul trouble at the moment, and first personal foul. Coach Dumas You can almost see the cogs ticking in his head, trying to work out how to close this game out for his team. Foul going to be called on Montserrat. And 2 quick fouls, and quickly Guinea are 1 foul short of being in the penalty themselves. 3 minutes to play now here. Yaoundé in Cameroon. What a weekend we've had of basketball here. Been absolutely wonderful to see 4 African nations going toe-to-toe on the hardwood. Sogo Obiang now. Bikwe Sam. Ngoma Mifomo. Pass inside is no good. Where's the rebound? It's into the hands of Cabral, and he'll convert on a second attempt. As Keita is appealing to the officials for a foul. Nothing given. Equatorial Guinea's lead is now at 4 as Ngoma Mifomo commits the foul. Who's that against? Drume, and potentially that is almost intentional from Ngoma Mifomo. They know that Drume is not a good free throw shooter, employing potentially a bit of a hack-a-shack mentality here. Send the big man to the line and hope that he misses at least one of his 2 attempts. That could be enough for them to take the win. And it pays dividends, and this is the problem if you're a big man. You need to be able to shoot 3 throws in the modern day game. You can't get away, you can't hide away from the free throw line, it will expose you. It's one of his 2. Sogo Obiang now brings it up over the half, trying to lose Gassama. Feeds it inside, strong move, he's fouled. Oh, is he going to get the score, or did it hit the shot clock? We'll have to wait to see what the officials say. That was a big shot by Ngoma Mifomo. I think it might have hit the shot clock though. Let's have a look at the replay. They're going to watch it go. Big smiles on the face. I'm not going to count it though. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws instead. Must have caught. I think it hit the shot clock, or part of the structure above the basket, and instantly it doesn't count then. But the first free throw is good, and Equatorial Guinea's lead is back out to a 2-possession lead. And hits the second, a 5-point lead now, 2 minutes 19 to play. And what a win this would be. Remember, Equatorial Guinea have never been to an AfroBasket. Drume comes up short, rebound. And Ngoma Mifomo, and he has become a bit of an unsung hero here today. The big man has gone into the trenches and gone to battle for his team. As we watch Equatorial Guinea run a horns offense, shot goes up, and how big a shot is that? Sogo Obiang drains the huge 3, both in terms of distance as well as in what it could mean for the country. Sacco, no good. Rebounding battle eventually falls out to Montserrat. He hits the 3 and the foul, I think. What a big play that's going to be. Let's have a look what the officials have called. Montserrat is going to head to the line with a chance of a 4-point play. And that could be heartbreak for Equatorial Guinea with just over 1.5 minutes to play. You see Drume head to the bench, and it's tough. He's doing a good job on the floor, but they're worried they're going to send him to the free throw line, and they know he can't convert. The bonus point is good for Montserrat, and it's down to just a 4-point lead for Equatorial Guinea now. This one is going down to the buzzer. Pass goes inside, stolen away. Good defense there by Guinea. As Ngoma Mifomo is going to get called for the foul as he's trying to fight his way back in front. That's going to send Guinea to the line. Into the game comes Ikaka Malabo. at the line. Salim Gassama, big free throws on his shoulders. This is the first. The free throw woes for Guinea continue. And how costly could they be come the end of the game? 1 minute 14 to go. These are the moments where you make your name. He hits the second, though. Down to a 3-point lead now for Equatorial Guinea. Sogo Obiang being harassed and harangued, and it's stolen away. Good hands yet again by Guinea. Some lazy passing from Equatorial Guinea has given Guinea a chance to get back into this one. Lay-in is no good. Rebound falls into the hands of Bang Nazang. Equatorial Guinea will slow things down. 40 seconds to play. They lead by 3. Shot clock now at 10. Putting it into the hands of the main man, Obikwe Sam, and he hits the big shot. He has been on fine form today. No time for Guinea to build plays. They're going to have to get shots away. Monserrat now for 3. Off target. Could that be enough for Equatorial Guinea? Surely they need to foul. They're not going to foul. Guinea are being too slow. Oh, a lack of IQ on court is going to cost them there. They only trail by 5, but it took them almost 5 seconds to foul. Burning such precious clock, and see the smile on the face of coach Stefan Dumas. He puts his arm around the official. He knows how close they are to what is a massive win for Equatorial Guinea. They've shown signs of it throughout this weekend. Glimmers against Cameroon and consistently good performance against Côte d'Ivoire yesterday. And that really does put the pressure on coach Michel Pellat for Guinea. Misses the second, but they get the rebound. Obikwe Sam now brings it in. He is fouled. 6 seconds to play. Remember, it looks like the game's out of hand now. Equatorial Guinea are going to take the win. If you're Guinea, you need to keep as close as you possibly can. This could come down to head-to-head, and that might come down to the points difference. This might come down to what is the points difference in the return of this fixture next year. Obikwe Sam, cool as you like from the free throw line, and he has been all game. Phenomenal performance from him. 22 points to his name. Sorry, 21 points to his name. Rebound comes down, and what a game we have had here, and what a win this is going to be for Equatorial Guinea. As the buzzer sounds, Equatorial Guinea, the 8 men of Equatorial Guinea, come away with a historic 7-point win over Guinea. You see the celebrations on court and what it means. Coach Michel Pellat is now going to be under pressure as he shakes hands with his counterpart at the other end, Coach Stefan Dumas. What a game for him. Well coached by both coaches. Really was a battle at times. But it's Equatorial Guinea that come away with an absolutely historic win here in Yaoundé, Cameroon. A big step towards making it to their first ever AfroBasket 2021. Final score here is Guinea 75, Equatorial Guinea 82. What a game. Here are your shooting stats throughout that game. As you can see, both teams shooting well pretty much across the board. Guinea struggling with a bit of percentage inside, and their free throws at times was not very impressive. They did win the rebounding battle considerably, but it just was not to be here tonight as Equatorial Guinea laid everything on the line. They're your top scorers. Dramé 19, Monserrat 14, Condé 11 for Guinea. Cabral, Obikwe Sam, and Mbasogo Obiang, the top 3 scorers for Equatorial Guinea. But you can list so many big players, so many big plays for Equatorial Guinea in this game. It has been a wonderful, wonderful way to finish off this first qualification window for Equatorial Guinea. They come away with the win. They'll finish here in Cameroon, 3rd in the table whilst Guinea will prop things up, yet to secure a win, and puts a huge amount of pressure on the next qualification window for them. Wonderful game we have had though here in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Game 5 of 6 here in Group C. The only group playing in this window here for the AfroBasket Qualifiers. The other ones will come in November, and then they'll all be back for the following February. Here are some of the highlights from the closing phases of this game, but what a game we've had. It was a 3-point shootout in the first quarter, a defensive battle in the second before Equatorial Guinea started to assert themselves in the third and fourth. And then Guinea, well, they made a game of it in the closing stages, and that was all due to a big effort in the front court. They started dominating the interior, but Equatorial Guinea regathered their composure and closed out the game for a historic 7-point win here at the Palais Polyvalent de Sport in Yaoundé, Cameroon. For Guinea, they were led, for Equatorial Guinea, they were led by Cabral with 24 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 steals. Wow, what a stat line. Also, Abikwe Sam had 21 points, 9 rebounds to his name. Also in double digits was Mbansogo Obiang, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists for him. And one of the unsung heroes for me, Ngomo Mifumu, that man there hitting the shot, disallowed, but he did get to the line for the 2 free throws. He came away with 13 points, 4 rebounds before fouling out of the game in the closing stages. For Guinea, it wasn't to be. They did have some big performances though. A double-double from Drume, 19 points, 12 rebounds to his name. Also in double digits, Montserrat, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 4 from 9 from the perimeter. And the final player in double digits was Sheikh Konde, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Also hitting the boards hard was Kita. He had 8 points, 12 rebounds, so just a couple of points away from a double-double. He did struggle though from free throw line. So we are now